Howdy folks, TechTexN here, bringing you Kerbal Space Program. Now, I've kind of deviated from our career mode for a while, because I was doing the Kerbal asteroid jet, and that was a really popular video. People really enjoyed it. However, I want to get back to the career mode so I can continue helping out the beginners out there, because there are people asking me how to do this, how to do that. And what I really need to do is continue this career mode for those who are learning to play this game. So I want to get back into this and continue where we left off a while back. Now, the last thing you remember, we went to the ice caps and got some science points, but we need more points to unlock what I really need, which are solar panels. My goodness, solar panels are so helpful in this game because with electricity, you can go further and not have to worry so much about whether or not you're going to keep control of your craft, because essentially what we want to do is get to the moon, because with the moon we can get lots of points. And yeah, we're going to continue playing, and I have to sit here and remember exactly what all I showed you how to do. So let's get to building our craft. Now, we've already done some in-atmospheric flight or suborbital flights, and got ourselves into some biomes, got some more points. We can continue that, but we have yet to get into orbit, to actually have a standard orbit to do things. So we're going to try doing that, and, well, let's see, we could build on the craft that we had with Up and Atom, and, I don't know, maybe add some more fuel tanks, and, you know what, let's just do a new one. Forget it. We're going to add more fuel. Why not? Now, the solid fuel boosters may not even be enough to get where we need to go. I'm getting ahead of myself. We need those decouplers. Remember, we need to decouple eventually. We have these new radial decouplers that we can also use. So let's try to make use of, well, everything. Let's see here. How do we want to do this? We have new engines. We have this one, which is the 30, but we also have the 45. Less thrust, but probably more fuel efficient. Do we want to stick with 2 tanks, though? Let's start with 2 tanks. We may have... Oh, I know what we can do. Alright. Now, notice, I'm going to put this engine underneath a tank, and notice that it encases this engine so that it's protected. Now, oops, you know what? I need a decoupler, because if we don't decouple, then that engine is just stuck in there, and it'll blow everything out. So, let's do this. There we go. So it encases that engine, so that way once we decouple, it'll come right out and we have the engine to use. But what I want to do, maybe, now this will burn it out a bit quicker. I'm going to try tri-coupler. Yeah, we're about to make a ridiculous craft here. And what we're going to do is put 3 engines on this sucker. 3. There we go. And actually, as a matter of fact... You know what? We'll use the small engine for orbital maneuvering. There we go. Alright. Now we need boosters, and we have the big boosters that we can use to get into space. How do I want to do this? Let's try 4. Don't know how this is going. I don't know if it'll work or not, but we'll try. There we go. Now we're starting to get a good rocket going. And get a little aerodynamics going so there's less resistance in atmosphere flight. Now I'm wondering if I want to go ahead and add just, a few more small solid fuel boosters just to help us a little more. But keep in mind, the more you add, the more weight you have. Alright. This is looking pretty ridiculous. We'll add some winglets to give us a little control there. Oh, oops, did I? No, that's center of mass. There we go. That's the center of lift. Okay. And actually, when those detach, I'll need more continued control in there. So, alright. Wow, this is, I don't know how this is going to go. This may go pretty bad. Oh, you know what? We need our science. Science, science. The whole reason we are doing this. Okay. Which also means we'll need the parachutes. We need our... It does that because as soon as I get on something I put 4 of, it switches to the symmetrical of 4, not 2. Alright, switch that. Okay. And we don't need comms. We're not going to do that yet because we don't quite have the electricity to get that particular job done. I will add a battery pack or 2. I don't want 2. I just want 1. And just put them on the same side. Now last time I did the 3 parachutes on this one and it lifted it up a bit much. What I might try doing is maybe 2. I don't know how that's going to go. But we'll try it. Alright, so 2 parachutes. I got a total of 3 parachutes, which might be enough. And let's see, what should we name this? I don't know. Orbital bird. There we go. 1. And what I could do on the ones that I get just for orbit, I'll just numerically increase them for that name. I'm sure you guys could come up with much more clever names than me. Okay, so we got I think all the parts that I want and need. Oh, struts. We'll worry about struts later because I want to show you the purpose of struts here in a little bit. Oh, yes, we need stability enhancer. Now, this right here is to hang on to... Oh, darn, I can't do it like that because of these guys. Okay, let's do this. Try to make that symmetrical. There we go. Moving those over allows me to put the stability enhancer on because they were in the way. The winglets were in the way. Okay. Now I'm trying to line up the stability enhancer along with the decouplers so that way it pushes that weight against there and holds it in place, hopefully. We'll see when we go to the launch pad, so I'm going to save it again. Alright, so stages. First stage is these are going to release. Now the problem with that is when those release, we don't have any engines running, so this thing is just going to drop down and fall to the ground. We don't want that to happen. We want our stages to go off. We want these to detach just as soon as these are activated, so that way they all go at the same time, and it makes for a nice, smooth launch. Okay, so after these engines run out, we have the decouplers for those 4, it'll detach those, and at the same time, it'll get our small boosters going. Now, I don't know if those 4 boosters are enough to get this thing further up. It probably will not be, but we'll do a test flight just to make sure. But if it does, then we'll decouple these 4 when they run out, and then the 3 fuel engines will start going. And then we'll use up these 2 fuel tanks to get into orbit, and hopefully even further in orbit. Once that's done, we'll detach that whole sucker, and then we're down to the small engine and the 1 fuel tank. So, whew, that's a lot. Now, we don't want this last decoupler going off at the same time as our parachutes, so we're going to add a stage and put that decoupler separate. We probably want this engine going off at the same time as this decoupler, so that way it kind of blows away the debris that's there and in the way. Okay, I hope these stages are correct. You can see how complicated these stages can get, and we're just trying to get into orbit. We're not even talking about going to land on another moon or planet or anything like that. This is just getting into orbit of our own planet. But of course, we are using some basic tech. Once we unlock more tech, you could even get into orbit on a single stage. And in fact, I think you could get into orbit on a single stage with some basic stuff, so... there's some amazing videos out there, but for beginners, I just want to show y'all some of the stuff that you can do, some of the stuff you can work with, some ideas to help you out with getting into orbit. All right, without further ado, let us launch. And I guess Jebediah is going to fly again. We did not select our astronaut, but that's okay. Jebediah's man. All right. So first I wait just to see how stable the sucker is. Oh, another little problem we're going to run into, and I probably should have checked on this. Control. When it comes to control of your craft, in the previous videos that I showed, we had smaller craft with this guy, but we have a reaction wheel in our control module. That reaction wheel spins to try to keep the craft in control. The problem is, as the craft gets larger, that small reaction wheel does not influence the rest of the craft very much, so you don't have as much control. Hence why I put these winglets on here, so we could at least keep it stable. But the problem is, when we get to 10,000 meters, I'm not going to be able to turn it very well because the inline reaction wheels are not going to be able to turn it very well. So we may not be able to get into orbit just due to control. However, they do have separate reaction wheels that you can add to it, and SAS modules or SAS parts that you can add to your rocket for better control, and eventually in the long run, monopropellant control. So you'll see kind of how that goes. All right, without further ado, hit the T key on the keyboard to turn on the SAS so we have automatic control, at least as much as it is able. And let's crank our throttle just to make sure that it's ready when we do get to the liquid fuel engine. And let's go! Now notice those rockets bounced a little when they went off. That's because, and they're even angled right now, proportional to this. The problem with that is we're lacking struts. The struts kind of help hold those in place. Okay, and notice I'm not even going straight up. And in fact, I can't even control it right now. So without that control, there's nothing I can do. See, we're already going out of control. I am doing my best to guide it, but there's just nothing I can do. I have to wait for that fuel to run out. I guess I'm going to go north. Why not? Now notice these solid fuel boosters go a little bit longer. We're able to get to 5,000 meters. There we go. Detach that. No. Oh no. Oh no! Yeah, this is why you want control of your craft, because those solid fuel boosters, they are unforgiving. Very unforgiving. Now probably what's happening is they're hitting those winglets there, and it's just going all over the place. Alright, let's see if I can detach this without breaking. There we go! I got a little bit more control of my craft. Unfortunately, I'm only at 5,000 meters, and this fuel is running out very fast. There's no way, just no way I'm going to get into orbit. By the way, I have a new beautification mod, which I think it's called something atmospheres. I don't really remember. Oh, yeah. I'm only getting to 19,000 meters. Not even that. Even if I detach and go to this, see, I'm still not accelerating. This does not have enough power to get me through the atmosphere. So, whether I like it or not, we're going down. Observe material bay. We'll still get some points. Why not? Observe mystery goo. 1.6. Yeah, let's just heat up the points for what they are. And at this point, you can go wherever you want because it does not matter. I guess just go this way. Why not? Now notice, because I have a smaller engine, I can... my fuel lasts a lot longer. Well, that's because it's more fuel efficient. But again, it's better when you're outside the atmosphere. This thing does not get you outside the atmosphere. I'm still... oh, okay, look, I'm accelerating now. You know what? Maybe if I had a little more faith in it, I could have gotten in atmosphere. Nah, there's no way. I'm going too slow. Yeah, we'll just use up what we got. At this point, it doesn't matter. I'm considering this a failed mission. I probably don't want to do EVA, because if you do that in atmosphere, your Kerbal will just fly off. And I've done that before by accident. I really don't want to do that. By the way, you can see that the texture mod that I added, it looks beautiful because they added lens flare, a better lens flare for the sun. It even put a new backdrop for the sky, so it just looks beautiful. They did a good job on it. The city lights look a little better, and of course the clouds look a lot better. If you go to orbit view, you'll see that. Look at that. It just looks beautiful. Now, it may run slower on the machine, so be careful how many mods you put on. It takes longer to load. But the good news is, what I'm hearing is that on the next update, 0.24, I believe it is, they will be going 64-bit, so you can use all the memory you have if you have more than 4 gigs of RAM. So that's good news. All right, let's see if I can do Observe Mystery Goo. See if I'm in another biome yet. Nope, not yet. Because I think I wanted to go over the mountains. Curious about my orbit. Yeah, I'm running out. That's okay. No biggie. Observe Mystery Goo. Nope, nothing yet. Reset. Okay, so my engine's out. There's no point in keeping it, so what I'm probably going to do is fling it. Let's get rid of it. There we go. All that's left is to do some science, land safely, and recover. Let's see, which way am I going? I'm going that way, so we want to face this in the direction of this guy. Now notice I'm coming in at 1,200 meters per second. Can I do this yet? Oh, come on. I'm waiting to get into another biome. I don't know if I'm going to be in another biome. Again, I don't have these biomes memorized. I just kind of guesstimate. Oh, I haven't gone to the desert biome yet. Ooh, I should have aimed for it. Darn it. Oh well. Next flight. I do want to get in some kind of orbit, though. Now, the orbit that you want to get into, if at all possible, is a standard orbit of eastward direction at 100,000 meters. That's really your main goal as far as getting into orbit. But we completely lost control of our craft and lost a lot of speed by flipping around, spinning around, so we couldn't do much. But that's all part of the trial and error in this game. It's so much fun. I love it. Now, fast forward a little bit more. One of the things I love about this game is it really helps to understand kind of what the pioneers of the space industry had to go through. I say industry, it's more like NASA, you know, what they went through to accomplish just some of these simple yet very, very complex missions, especially when they didn't have the tech back then. It's very amazing what they were able to accomplish. And this game kind of helps you understand some of the thought process they had to go through, except unlike this game, for them it cost a ton of money, a ton of man hours, a whole lot of everything. They couldn't afford to crash. You know, the stakes are much higher, of course, in reality than it is in this game, but this game does allow us to play through. My goodness, I'm not getting any science. Yeah, I'll just keep that data. Oh, let's go ahead and deploy our parachutes and see how bad I can land this time around. I'll probably end up knocking off my batteries. I'd also like, I've been paying attention to the Kerbal Space community, and it's really helped. Oh, well, that kept me a little bit more straight this time. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. Come on. Let's see if we keep it like that. There we go. Oh, well, that worked out good. I've noticed that in the Kerbal Space Program community, a lot of people have been, it's really increased just the space community itself. It's really gotten that sped up a bit because this game has helped people a lot to understand more about orbital mechanics, a bit more about rocketry itself, you know, understanding what's in the basics of building rockets. Again, I say basics because there's obviously a lot more to it than that. All right, so we've landed. Notice if I hop out of this thing, it's going to be difficult to get back in. So there's going to be no way to tilt this thing over. I should have put some stairs on this thing so I can get back in. And we'll do a career report. Got some science. EVA. Oh! Notice the update took off his helmet. I don't know if that's part of my mod or not. I don't think I remember seeing that. No complaints here. Alright, EVA. Got some 5. I'm afraid to fall off this thing that I won't be able to get back on. I think I'm just going to board. I don't want to lose the points. Alright, recover vessel. Didn't get that many points. 26 points. We got 91. Is that enough? Yes! Yes! Solar panels. That's what I want. Solar panels. Research it. Yeah, there we go. And eventually I can get better solar panels, but for now, this will do. And I also unlocked a rechargeable battery pack there that I like to put between the parachute and the command module. Oh, you know what? I still need to unlock the thermometer as well. Alright, but our next goal, I think, is to unlock these rocket parts, and I'll probably go over that in the next video. So we did a simple mission, but we are still on the mission to get into orbital flight, and we'll build a better rocket for that in the next video. So, y'all come back now, you hear? Bye!